The mist race? Well, they're throughout. Um, kind of. I mean, they're through the entire trilogy. They are through the entire trilogy. Discuss who. I've been. Okay, uncover. Dead eyes are looking at him. That's strange. Who could have looked at him with his own home? Some errant serval skull that was passing by, or maybe nothing more than a dying man's delusions. There's a book entry in remembrance about repentance. The book looks fresh. Could Fidelio have left it? Well, that's odd. I've been watching the guests. I'd know everyone here. If you're not Fidelio, then no one here is Fidelio. Well, unless they're able to get in undetected. The chaplain's telling the truth and really doesn't all the guests on site, then the word can only be left by someone with the free run of the courtyard. Someone who could attract attention. Who wouldn't attract. Is it the servo next to it? Hopefully you'll finish it next month, aiming for a chapter at night. So you're... I'm enjoying that. I enjoyed that book. I got his other series, that massive books. So, since we're talking about reading, my wife and I was bored the other day, so my wife and I came up with a reading challenge bingo. Reading challenge bingo. So I have a spreadsheet made up for that from Excel, where we can we'll mark stuff off. Like it'll have a Western book and have all that other stuff. And I was debating whether to put it on my Discord channel. So if anybody would want to take that challenge also, I could post it on there. If people want to go along with the challenge too. You better win. My wife reads a lot. I think she's read 30-some books this year. I'm on my 18th. But, yeah. I have a serious reason to suspect that someone want to kill Fidelio. Of course they did. And they still do. And they'll keep trying. The inheritance is no trifle, after all, and the claimants are not exactly the placid type. How's my current book? It's okay. My current book's okay. I didn't expect it to be anything great. But it's okay. I mean, I'm getting closer to about third way through it. It's not one I would really recommend anybody. Den's mentioned Fidelio and repentance. Yes, but what could it mean? The influence of the warp entity. It settled in Den's home and poisoned his mind. Could be a name of a ship, for example. A ship called Repentance. I'm not sure, but you might be right. Now that you've said that, I remember an interesting detail. Oh. About 12 years back, there was an attempt on Den's life. Not many could have gotten that close to him, let alone wound him. The assassin was master of her craft. Den's always had was a hardy fellow, and that's what saved him. That was the trusty implants, but the medics pretty much had to put him back together from scratch. When he finally emerged the hands of Sawbones, months after the attempted assassination, he kept chuckling about her being a sharp one, and that she was really angry with him for burning her father, or her husband, I don't recall. And she was the ship captain. I vaguely remember the conversation, but almost certain that the ship was called Repentance, and that Dens knew the names of the captain and the crowd would be Avenger. The woman's name was Leona or something like that. And her last name, I wouldn't be surprised at all, sounds familiar to Fidelio. Well, what happened to the woman? She got away after the attempt, but I don't know that Den sent mercenaries after her almost immediately when he found her or not. That I do not know. It seems unlikely he did, because if he had settled the score with her, he then wouldn't be putting her in his will, would he? So yes, they're sharing a bingo sheet? Yeah, I'll put it on Yeah, after stream, I'll put it on. I'll put it on my Discord channel. Yeah, I'll have some things that are like read a trilogy, read the 4th book of a series. There's one like read with your initials. It's like a 9x9 bingo card. There is young adult. We do have a young adult spot on there. So you think this woman is Fidelio? So my best guess. Let me remind you of what he said. I owe Fidelio, if not for the repentance. Who else could have been indebted if not for the vengeful daughter or lover or whoever she was of a captain he killed? It could be the very dense thing to do. Leave all the money, not on a wimp of a son and not his idiot first mate, but a cunning lass who almost killed him. Did I not fix? I think I fixed it, didn't I? Yeah, I think I fixed it. Well, looks like we clear up the repentance part. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's go over everything we know. We also know something about dead eyes. The fact that the courtyard was completely open, I don't think an unknown person could have gotten here and left those words in the book. Well, the Lord von Valancius, now it's all in your hands. I am no sleuth, and I don't know what to do with these clues. If you have some thoughts about Fidelio's whereabouts, find her. If not, come back to me. Need to send Dens on the way and deal with the matter of his estate. So...
always keep your eye on the prize.
Could it be the servitor? Because it was hardly... It's really bad. If he knows everyone here...
Keep your wits about you.
Let's go back. All the clues be found. Only one step remains to unmask the mysterious figure. So, something with the repentance. Oh, here we go. Servitor. Repentance. Whoa. So we're called to serve about a twist and violently spasm, something akin to a sob. So this is our heir, right? His inventory of Den's possessions. What does it say about his servitor? Let's see here. Let's see. One moment. B1740. Personal effects of the deceased. Subsection servitors. Here it is. Oh, this is a rare, one-of-a-kind unit, commissioned personally by Master Bellardo 12 years ago. The main function of servitor is cleaning out the house, bedrooms, vestibules, and bathrooms. In accordance with Master Bellardo's wishes, its free will is completely eradicated, and parts of the brain that regulated pleasure response were destroyed. But to a large extent, its memory and awareness were preserved. Can a servitor even inherit? Can servitor even inherit? This requires further investigation. We have to go over the codices, bylaws, statutes, regulations. Some of the from the last 400 years or so. But we'll find the answer sooner or later. Or we could ask Lord von Valencia to settle the matter in the name of his dynasty. This is footfall, after all. If a rogue trader says the servitor can inherit, then this is how it's going to be. Oh. Alright, well, we're going to decide its fate. As you wish, this ought to be good. I know. I don't know. I'm going to give it to the servitor. That's where the will said to. I mean, people nowadays, somehow the will goes to their dog instead of family members, so... I would ask the esteemed guest to stay a moment longer. I was going to announce Den's last will and testament after he delivered into the flames, but the circumstances dictated otherwise. And so, according to the deceased will, all of Belardo's fortune goes not to his worthless son Cass, not to his brainless mate Dagon, but Fidelio, a mysterious new heir. However, I believe a certain party would like to intervene in this process. Your dogs are in your will? I'm hope I outlive mine. Oh, I could just confiscate the whole thing myself. I'm gonna point at the servitor. Who among... the right thing is his granddaughter. She actually cried. Yeah. I'm ironclast. Follower. The only one who truly loved Den's his granddaughter. I'm gonna point to the servitor. Who among knows this woman? That's the cleaner servitor from the house. That's where I know about her. Her only outstanding quality is that it's hilariously how she wobbles and flaps her gappers about when you kick her out of the way. I don't know about the servitor, but I've got things to do in life than look at furniture. The ship, I think there's one Cobra by that name or something familiar. We were pretty gentle with it. Boarded it, I meant. Denz was on top of his game that day after the battle. He dragged their captain to the bridge, all tied up, sat him at the table with us. We're going through the captain's amasec. You sure you want to hear about everything? Go on. Anyway, the three of us just sat there, me, Denz, and the captain of the Repentance, as the boys brought whatever was left of their crew one by one, and we popped them. I bet one cockeye over there remembers. He was there too, and so were the twins. We three watched, and then when the party drew close to an end, we threw the captain on top of the pile of the crew's bodies, and, as Den's way, torched him alive. Those were good times. It's a real shame Den's quit. I kept thinking if he hadn't fallen for this, peaceful life, maybe he would have checked out, maybe he would have lived for another 20 years. The only gripped metallic appendages, trembling slightly. Fascinating tale. I'm gonna give it to the granddaughter. That seems like the right thing to do. We'll give it to her. Neyman was Fidelio, but all his life Den spat on laws. I think he understood. What's the least favorite part of the... all the reading. I wish there was more voice acting. And I guess some of the downside, I would say, is the overwhelmingly ways to build your character. So I think it's almost too much. No man sure as Throne didn't expect this. The money is mine. Don't worry, sweetheart. Daddy will help you and your grandpa's rich good use. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it costs more. Even though Owlcat should have had made some money from majority Wrath of the Righteous. The Kingmaker one had to have made a bunch of money. I don't know about Kingmaker, but Wrath of the Righteous should have. You have finally gone deaf from all that drinking. The inheritance is Adelia's, not yours. If you make any attempt to coerce her, I, as Den's executor, will be forced to take steps. Oh, I see. All of you have it in for Cass, huh? Well, I'm afraid you leave me no choice. Oh, he's gonna shoot her? Oh, no! The servitor killed her. Daddy, get up. I'll give you the inheritance. He must take you. Cass, threatening to murder your own daughter at your old man's funeral is a new low for you. You always were a useless waste, even in your final moments. Oh, what happened to the girl now? She's got no one left now. Her mother ran off the edge of the galaxy, and her father, well, you saw it yourself. I'll look after her until she's grown up. I don't think I need to spell it out for you. A little girl with a tremendous fortune might as well paint a target on her forehead. If I take Adelia in, no one will dare hurt her. Courtesy of the reputation of my turbulent past has earned me. And do they dare? While I'm at it, I will also help her not squander her whole fortune. Maybe even earn something extra both for herself and you. I think the best investment would be a merchant ship. I'll teach her the basics of voidfaring, some reliable suppliers. Pull a few strings with the administratum, and just like that, she'll have some decent enterprise. I'll venture to guess and assume you wouldn't say no to a supply network that robust and loyal to Nun House Valancius. Leave the paperwork and other formalities with me. I'll contact you and your subordinates myself. Hey, that's starting to turn out. Let's examine the servitor. Shows no signs of life. Had a peaceful smile. Alright, that takes care of the inheritance. What do we do next? I would like to say goodbye to my old friend. I imagine the crematorium has got its furnaces up and running already, but I feel it'd be kind of sad just to shove him in there like that. He is known as Jerry Can Dens and would love having his enemies drench him in promethium and burn. I think it would be a nice gesture to send him on his way in the same fashion. Thankfully, it's easy enough to procure a jerry can of promethium on footfall. Fitting. Want to stay and watch? Sure. Watch him burn a guy. That's... wow. I thought we wanted to burn him, not blow him up. Oh, there's jerry can dens everywhere now. I think we got all these here. I think it's time to leave. Right? Footfall's experienced severe shortage of provisions. If the situation is not remedied, drastic. Okay, and I believe this is why we're going to go to our agricultural planet, where there's some issues there, but we can start up trade with Footfall with the food. Keep an eye on potential threat. Local hub needs to have more information. Harry must wait for the station crew to remove the barriers. Okay, so I just gotta wait. Okay, we gotta talk to Henrix on the ship. We also gotta talk to Jay on the ship. Okay, errands are done. Minimize that. Rocha has recently joined Trader Captain. Yeah, okay, so ship. Gotta go to our ship. Wouldn't the verb in Nightbot be hit?
Is there money to be
Hit that
made?
like button.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Getting warm in here now. So, can I do this now? Let's see if I can do the quarters. If not, I'll go to my ship. See if I can go to the quarantine zone. Hey, Starbend, how you doing? Sorry, you already talked, but yeah. Yeah, let's see if we can get to the quarantine zone. I mean, I still see all these mines here, so...
I always keep my options open.
Ah, you're slow, goddammit. Okay, to the ship.
Let us not dawdle.
To the ship we go. All right, the docks. I'm gonna talk my ear off here. Get on to my... Oh. Why is this one not all opened up now? Alright. For a ship. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. At least now I am. Today sucked. Today just sucked. Very stressful day today. So it's good to just sit down, relax, and yeah, good game. Okay, so what are your duties? The ears and the voice of the ship. Okay, never mind. That's okay. Good. There's Henrix. I guess we can talk to him since he's standing here. You wanted to discuss the nature of your mission?
Yes, but not here. I wouldn't want our conversation to be gossip fodder on the bridge and in the officers' mess.
Why did my day suck? Well, I fell asleep last night, probably around 3. I got up at 8, and my wife's like, I hear a noise, and it was by an outlet. So I'm like, what is that? It sounds like it's coming from the outlet. So we messed around. We turned off the power to the outlets. It's still making the noise. Well, it turned out there's a leak in our pipe. So got some little bit of water damage. It kind of buckled our laminate floor. Looks like the paint was kind of a blistering look in the basement. So we're probably going to have to cut a section of that out. We finally got a plumber over here. He cut a section out of our wall out, fixed the pipe. And then right at the beginning of all that, I had an interview. So it was just like, wow. Yeah, but it's still going to cost us a lot of money. And then this place, they walked around through the house and found other things that they think looks like that could be replaced and fixed. So I kind of followed around. We got the important things fixed, and the rest of it I might be able to do myself, which would save me a lot of money. Thank you for your opportunity to talk. Trust now that it would be a good time to explain the reason of my return aboard your ship. Yeah, welcome the chance to assist the Inquisition. Your enthusiasm is commendable. To business then. The cult of the Final Dawn. The madmen preach their heretical doctrine among the denizens of the Kronos Expanse, instigate crimes against the throne of humanity. One of the crime took place in your protectorate. Lord Inquisitor considered it necessary to have one of his acolytes accompany the rogue trader on the voyage of his corrupted region. I also need to meet with one of my observers in the capital world of your domain. I'm willing to show lenience towards my actions that would otherwise be interpreted as radical? Why would the Ordo Xenos agents investigate a chaos cult? Yeah, it was my second interview with the company, so maybe. I mean, the job doesn't seem all that great, but it is a job. You're well versed in how the Inquisition is organized. Yes, initially you arrived on Kronos Expanse was dictated by the need to fight xenos, but there is more. The cult is tangentially related to my main specialization. Perhaps I'll be more able to reveal the full truth someday, but right now I ask you to display humility and patience. I want to know more about this cult. Chaos worshippers. Most of the agents of the throne run into lone renegades, stirring up rabble. Same prophets, hysteric visionaries preaching the end of days, passing comet, mutant rebellion, an onslaught of monsters. Each time they come up with a new reason why people should prostrate themselves and quiver in fear. Much effort and the blood of those loyal to the Golden Throne were spent before we established a connection between those heretics. Yeah, like I was not expecting that. Was not happy. It's not cheap to fix it, but if I can fix the other things myself, that will save me a lot of money. And it's not. I don't think it's gonna be too hard because they're like shut-off valves. I can just buy them and replace them. I don't think I have too much of an issue. However, the cult of the Final Dawn is something greater than a gaggle of misguided seers and fortune tellers. They cleverly spread the agents all over the Kronos Expanse, decimating heresy among the people, or honest people among the Imperial worlds. There's certain strategy to their actions, and changes whenever to get close. And finally, they have enough military power to have had the 2 ships that have been sent after them later discovered as wreckage. The growing difficulty is making warp jumps is detrimental to us, but is unlikely to inconvenience those who engage in the vile sorcery day in and day out. After the events of Reich and Minoris, I suspect that the cult might have its nest inside Winterscale Domain, but the latest report indicates that your protectorate that is harboring heretics. Being in your entourage proves my chance of getting close to the secrets. You have spies on my worlds? The person I mentioned is not a spy, but a secretary of the Administratum Department on Dargonis. The planet governor and Theodore were fully aware of his status. His duty is to fulfill the sacred oath of the Golden Throne and eliminate threats to the Imperium, which in the Kronos Expanse has abundance. His name is Mykillangelo Scalander. As soon as we contact Dargonis, I will introduce you as a new head of the dynasty, and I'm sure you will appreciate the presence of such an advisor among your subjects. And I suggest that you heed his words at least occasionally. Lord Inquisitor mentioned in his letter he's willing to show lenience towards my actions that would otherwise be interpreted as radical. I'll say that. You're streaming tomorrow? No. Tomorrow, hanging out with the in-laws. That's our Christmas. And then no stream Sunday night because of Christmas Eve. So Saturday, I don't think I will. Yeah, I don't think I will, even though I kind of want to. So our next stream most likely will just be Tuesday. It'll just be Tuesday because of the holidays. That is correct. I would show greater tolerance to the mistakes of the newly appointed rogue trader. To be frankly, I'm surprised. The Lord Inquisitor is not the type to indulge a weakness of soul and mind, even someone who only recently accepted the burden of a lofty title. I already agreed to give you a pillar to my ship. What else? Rogue traders should deliver me to the system that contains the industrial world of Cava Gamma. I will then accompany you to the surface and determine what the cult is planning and how it intends to use the resources that fall into the clutches, which may very well include the blessed engines of the Adeptus Mechanicus, even the followers of the Omnissiah themselves. I will be frank, the answer to this question is unlikely to please either of us. Machinations of the chaos usually go beyond solely inflicting countless deaths and destruction. Having their plans come to fruition would lead to a far more terrible consequence. One of the systems in the Cronus Expanse is already lost. May the Emperor protect us and watch his strategy play out again. Why did your suspicion fall on Cava Gamma? Disjointed piece of data and finally merged in a single picture. Additionally, not long ago, the vessel from the world arrived on footfall. The reports from the crew were confused and alarming. Make me fear the planet-wide rebellion. We met Chaos Space Marine on Ryke Minoris. Do we risk running into his brothers? I have no doubt it'll happen sooner or later. Chaos Marine siding with the cult is very, very bad news. It's most likely they're kept away until recently. Pulling their puppet strings from the respectable distance, these traitors seldom show up alone. Best we can count on is having to deal with a squad of Space Marines, the Cronus Expanse, and not the entire company. Yeah, there'll be none Sunday. I'm gonna hang out with my family, watch some Christmas movies and stuff like that. Yeah, so Tuesday will most likely be the next day I stream. And then, so Tuesday, I would just say look forward to a Tuesday. If I do Saturday, it'll be a surprise for all of us. So I'll say Tuesday, we'll continue with this game. Thursday, still playing Rogue Trader. And I'm thinking Friday, unless I have something with my family, Friday I will stream. And I'll probably be World of Warcraft. I might play some more World of Warcraft next Friday. And again, I don't know when I'm having my Christmas with my family, so Sunday is iffy. So New Year's Eve will be iffy. Because if I have it in the morning, yeah, if it's on New Year's Day, we have Christmas with my family, I got to get up really early, so I probably won't stream that night. But again, I don't know. I'll let you know when I know. All I can say. My parents are not very well planned, and my mom, my sister, and my sister-in-law are all nurses, so who knows when they work.